First off, I want to give all praises and glory to the Most High Yahweh in the name of His only begotten Son Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS who taught me this truth. And salutations to all the brothers out there that's pushing this word and truth and sincerity and peace, blessings and healings onto the elect. And today I want to get into a topic, and this is I'm gonna read this article. Annexing the West Bank is a brazen violation of international law. It would also render the territory into a patchwork of simmering, unstable Palestinian areas, forever threatening a new infida. For his next act, after surviving a year-long political struggle that he needed 3 national elections and a health crisis to overcome, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel has announced that on July 1st, he will start the process to annex Jewish settlements and the Jordan Valley in the West Bank, as he pledged to do in his campaign. Though the settlements have been steadily expanded over many decades and the Jordan Valley is under effective Israeli military control, there are many reasons actually annexation is a bad idea. The main reason is that the West Bank is regarded by international organizations and most of the world as occupied territory, and the Jewish settlements as illegal under the Geneva Convention. The Israeli nationalists, however, the West Bank is Judah and Samaria, the biblical homeland of the Jews. Israel holds that the Geneva Convention does not apply because there had been no Palestine state in the West Bank, and because none of the settlers were deported or transferred to the territory in the language of the convention. Still, the annexation would be condemned as illegal by the United Nations and all major states except for the United States. Previous administrations generally avoided taking a position to the legitimately of the statements, preferring to call them an obstacle to peace, and maintaining that ownership should be resolved in the context of a peace settlement. Fucking Satan, bro. Fuck off, man. So, today I want to get into, because, these so-called Jewish people, they're not the Jews. It's already self-explanatory. The facts are already out there. They got that land during the Balfour Declaration in 1948. And I'm going to just get it, because I wasn't even going to get it, but Balfour Declaration. The Balfour Declaration was a letter written by British Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour to Lionel Walter Rothschild, in which he expressed the British government's support for a Jewish homeland in Palestine. So that's how these Jewish people got the land of Israel. In prophecy it says that Yahweh Shai, who people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, would bring his people into that land during his second coming. Yeah, so that's how you know they're not the people. You got all these uproars of the people and all this shit going on around the world because his second coming is about to take place and he's about to gather his people. Yeah, and then he's going to set them in their land. Yeah, the kingdom of heaven is not going to be on some other planet, not in the 4th dimension. It's going to be on earth. Yeah. So when Yahweh Shai returns, he's coming back to make war with these heathen, because what they have done to his land, what they're doing in his land, and coming to bang on you Edomites in America. He's coming to destroy America off the face of the map, which is called Babylon in the scriptures. Yeah, but these are scriptures that pertain to you heathen being in the land. This is Ezekiel 36:5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea. Let's see who Idumea is. Idumea, Edom. Edom equals red, because these so-called white people, when you look at them, you can see through their skin. You can see the blood running through them. That's why they're called red. Edom, Edomite, Idumean, descendants of Esau, land of Edom, Idumea, land south and southeast of Palestine. So they appointed that land into their possession. And the Balfour Declaration got them that land, not Yahushua. They got that land by deceit, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart. Yeah, you've appointed this land with the joy of all your heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. And you Israelis, you Jewish people, you inherited lies, because you are not the people. That's in the scriptures too. This is Jeremiah 16:19. O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit, because there is no profit in saying that you a Jew. Because when Yahweh Shem Messiah returns, he's going to set all the 12 tribes in that land, not just the Jewish people. That's one tribe. Where's the other 11? People don't ask these questions, but it's obvious. Where's the northern kingdom that got scattered, that went into slavery when the Assyrians took them down, and then they came all the way to America? Yeah, Christopher Columbus came over there, and he obliterated those people, almost, because Yahweh Shem Messiah said he's not going to do away with Israel. He will have mercy on Jacob. Yeah, and I'm about to get it all, you know what I'm saying? But first I want to start off with Ezekiel 37. And let me see what I want to read. I'll start from 21. And say unto them, thus say the Lord God, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen. Yeah. Now, during the Balfour Declaration, y'all was coming into the land of Israel and all that shit, but that's not what this is talking about. Whether they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. Where's your Yahushua at? You know what I'm saying? Who people illly call Jesus Christ. And they shall be no more two nations. Because, like I said, the northern kingdom went down by the Assyrians, and the southern kingdom went down by the Babylonians. And ever since then, they haven't ruled. Neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all. Neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions. Now, let's look up Israel today. Israel Gay Parade 2019. Tel Aviv Pride Parade. This is in the land of Israel. Come on, man. You think that'd be happening if Yahushua was ruling? He was king of come on, man. No. Look at this, man. That's why I said in Ezekiel 36, therefore, thus say the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land in their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. Despiteful minds. Look at this shit, man. A pride parade in the land of Israel today. Wow. Back to Ezekiel 37. Neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions. But I will save them out of their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their God. So this is Tel Aviv right here. Did Yahweh Shemeshah cleanse these people when they having a gay parade in the land of Israel today? I mean, you answer that question. Because this is, like I said, this is self-explanatory who the real Israelites are: the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and anybody else who doesn't look like those people but goes back to those people through the Father. Yeah. So, cleanse them, so shall they be my people, and I will be their God. And David my servant shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd, and they shall all walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. Yeah, so like I said, where's David? Where's David at? And how come they're not following the laws? Because obviously it says in the law that you are to put faggots to death, point blank, period. And that's just to keep it 100. And David my servant shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. They're not doing Yahweh Shemashah's statutes and his. They're not doing what he said. Come on, man. Self-explanatory. I ain't even got to go into it like that. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children and their children's children forever, and my servant David shall be their prince forever. Because like I said, David's not even there. Yeah, just like I said, these people got that land off of deceit, the Balfour Declaration, point blank, period. This is Jeremiah 30. Jeremiah 30 and 9. But they shall serve Yahweh their God and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Therefore fear not thou, O my servant Jacob, saith the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar. Now what's he talking about? And thy seed from the land of their captivity, because the real Israelites went into captivity. And Jacob shall return and shall be in rest and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. See, you got the Israelites of today, which are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They're afraid. George Floyd just died. You got protests all over the world. Yeah. And thy seed from the land of their captivity. Yeah, we're in captivity today. For I am with thee, say Yahweh, to save thee. Though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee. So Yahweh Shemashah is going to destroy all the nations where we were scattered to. The transatlantic slave trade, we were, scattered to the four corners of the earth. Yet will I not make a full end of thee. So, he will not make a full end of us. But I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. And he didn't leave us altogether unpunished, because he put us in slavery, point blank, period. And that was a curse onto us, which is Deuteronomy. Because all this was prophesied to happen. Deuteronomy 28. Even all the protests that's going on right now is prophesied to happen. This is Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all the nations of the earth. So if we would have kept the laws, we would have kept, we would have been above all the nations. And all these blessings shall come unto thee and overtake thee, and if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. So Deuteronomy 1 all the way till 14, that's what Yahweh Shemashah would have did for us if we didn't disobey him, but we did disobey him. And this is what happened to us. Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I have commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Yeah, and if you read 15 all the way down, it talks about what has happened to our people, and it's still happening to our people to this day. And just to get Deuteronomy 28:64, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, the transatlantic slave trade, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there shall serve other gods. You know, people serve Jesus Christ, Caesar Borgia, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Why does it say that? Because when we came over here in captivity, you know, Esau beat out our heritage out of us. You know, we had Hebrew names. He beat the names up into us, like John and Sam and shit like that. You know, but this was all by Yahweh Shem Shah's design, because we disrespected him, and I'm going to get it. This is Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. This is not talking about Egypt over there in the Middle East, because Egypt's in the middle of a landmass, so you can't get over there with ships. By the way, whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. That's talking about the land of Israel, that we wouldn't see it no more again. And we haven't seen the land of Israel since 70 AD. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Which means no man will redeem you, because the only man that's going to redeem us is Yahweh Shah, who people eagerly call Jesus Christ. That's what the second coming is all about. He's coming back to save his people and destroy the people that did this to us. Yeah. So, like it says right here, Jeremiah 30:11, for I am with thee, saith the Lord, to save thee, right? And then you read up to 10, and I will save thee from afar. Yeah, because Yahweh Shemashah have scattered us all over the world. You know, just like I said, that was a curse unto us for not obeying him. This is James 1:1. James, the servant of God and of the Lord Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. So this is James 1:1. So you read all of James, and this is who he's talking to. James is talking to the 12 tribes of Israel which were scattered abroad, greeting. And you read all of James, and that's who he's talking to. He's talking to the 12 tribes of Israel. And let's see what I want to get here. This is Isaiah 11:10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for the ensign of thy people. To which shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. You know, that's talking about Yahushua, the root of Jesse. And let's get that. This is Revelation 5:5. And one of the elders said unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, which hath prevailed to open the book and to loosen the 7 seals thereof. This is Revelation 12:22-16. Yahushua have sent mine angel to testify unto these things unto the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star. Talking about the root of Jesse. You had Jesse and then David. This is Matthew 1:6. And Yahushua begat David the king, and David the king begat Solomon of her, and had been wife of Ahrayah. Rest was only promised to Israel. This is Hebrews 4:1. Let us therefore least a promise being left us entering into rest, any of you should seem to come short of it. For unto us was the gospel preached as well as unto them, but the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. For we which have believed do enter into rest, as he said, as I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall not enter into rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world. For he spake in the certain place of the seventh day on the wise, and Yahweh did rest the seventh day from all his works. And in the place again, if they shall enter into rest, seeing therefore it remaineth that some must enter thereof, and they to whom it was first preached entered not in because of unbelief. And you people that don't believe, you ain't going to be saved. Again, he limiteth a certain day, saith in David, today, after so long a time, as it is said, today, if you will hear his voice, harden not your hearts. For if Yahushua had given them rest, then would he not afterward have spoken of another day? There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of Yahweh. So who are the people of God? They're the Israelites. For he that is entered into rest, he also have ceased from his own works, as Yahweh did from his. Let us labor thereof to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. So rest is the salvation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? And that's just self-explanatory. Now I want to get back on I want to read down to 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. So this is talking about when Yahushua returns. Yeah, he's coming to save his people, the second coming, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. So we were scattered all over the earth. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcast of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Come on, man. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. That's talking about, like it said, at the beginning where I was saying that, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom won't be divided anymore. We're going to become one. The Latinos, Native Americans, and the blacks are going to become one. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west, and they shall spoil them of the east together, and they shall lay their hand upon Edom, which is the white man, and Moab, which is the Chinese man, and the children of Ammon shall obey them, which is talking about the Japanese. Everything comes together, man. You Edomites are through. You got the land of Israel by deceit, and Yahweh Shemashah's got a great judgment for that. He's going to obliterate you with nuclear missiles. Yeah. But I want to get Baruch now. This is Baruch chapter 4. This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh and the law that endure forever. All that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. The laws are going to be written in us, when Yahweh returns. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk ye in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. Because Israel's the real, the elect is the real Illuminati. You know what I'm saying? Give not thy honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to Yahweh are made known unto us. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved Yahweh to wrath. You were delivered unto your enemies. Come on, man. We wasn't sold unto you crackers for no other reason but for disrespecting our power. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to God. Ye have forgotten the everlasting God that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. For when she saw the wrath of God coming upon you, she said, Hearken, O ye that dwell about Zion, God hath brought upon me great mourning. For I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting brought upon them. Come on, man. It's talking about the transatlantic slave trade, man. With joy did I nourish them, but sent them away with weeping and mourning. Come on, man. Let no man rejoice over me, a widow and forsaken of many, who for the sins of my children am left desolate, because they departed from the law of God. Come on, man. Just like I read in Deuteronomy. They knew not his statutes, nor walked in the ways of his commandments, nor trod in the paths of discipline in his righteousness. Let thee that dwell about Zion come and redeem. Remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, with everlasting have brought upon them. For he had brought a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation of a strange language, who never revered old man nor pitied child. Come on, man. Who is that? It's talking about these crackers, man. They killed the old and the young. They sold the old and the young into slavery. They was feeding the kids to gators and shit, gator bait. They was cutting pregnant women's stomach open and stomping the child to death. Come on, man. These have carried away the dear beloved children of the widow, and left her that was alone, desolate, without daughters. But what can I help you? For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies. This is what the second coming is all about. It's about Yahushua saving us from these fucking people, man. You know, people say they're saved. Saved from what? I got baptized, I'm saved. Saved from who? Yeah, you see our people protesting all over the world and doing all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they're angry at these people, but they don't have the power to do anything. That's why Yahushua is going to come and save his people, man. And he's only going to save a remnant at that. You niggas, you other niggas that disrespected these Israelites on the highways and byways and on the internet, you got a great judgment coming for you. Yahushua is only coming for the remnant of his people. Let me say that. So, that's just self-explanatory right there. And Baruch is a bad chapter, man. Baruch 4. Come on, man. This is Luke chapter 1, verse 68. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and have raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. Come on, man. This is self-explanatory, man. To perform the mercy promise unto our fathers, and to the Redeemer his holy covenant, the oath which he sware to our father Abraham, that he would grant unto us, that we, being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, might serve him without fear, in holiness and righteousness before him all the days of our life. And thou, child, shalt be called the prophet of the highest, for thou shalt go before the face of the Lord to prepare his ways, to give knowledge of salvation unto his people by the remission of their sins. Who died for the sins of Israel, man? It was Yahushua, who people ill called Jesus Christ. That's why he went up on that cross. That's why he went through what he went through on this side. He died for all of Israel, man. Come on, man. And like, and just bringing this article up, talking about these are the people, man. Come on, man. Shit should just piss you off, man, because they stole the land. This is Revelation 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto thee, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. This is talking about when Yahushua returns, he's going to save his people. You know, come up hither. This is Matthew 24 and 31. And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the earth to the other. This is talking about Yahushua's second coming. He's going to gather his people, and he's going to set them in their land. Yeah, come on, man. Let me read up 1 to 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. This is talking about Yahushua, the Son of Man. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. Everybody's going to mourn because you people have, I'll just say like this, you have fucked up Yahweh Shemashah's people, the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the ones that don't look like them but go back to the Father. Come on, man. Look at what you have done to these people. That's why all this shit is going on around the world, because Yahweh Shemashah is about to obliterate your shit. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Power. Come on, man. And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heaven to the other. You know, the last scripture I'm going to read is Wisdom of Solomon 5. You know, Wisdom of Solomon 5 is a bad chapter. This is just going to hit the nail on the head, and then I'm getting out of here. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. This is talking about the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and like I said, the ones that look like the other nations but go back to those people through the Father. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. They shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. You know, they're going to be troubled with terrible fear because they're going to be like, damn, look what we have done to those people, and they're the children of God. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. And yep, you look down on these people, spit on these people, call them niggers, spics, made their life a living hell in America, all over the world. You hated this people. Come on, man. It's a great payback for that. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Like George Floyd, you know, you counted his life as madness and his end to be without honor, had his knee on his neck and shit. Even though that might have been a setup, but that's, you know, a lot of Israelites die like that. How is he numbered among the children of God and his lot is among the saints? And that's what you people going to be thinking when these people going to be getting saved, when the elect getting saved. You're going to be repenting and groaning and gritting their teeth, and you're going to be all mad and shit. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS who taught me this truth, and call Halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rahach Kodash. Do.